I got money on my mind. I'm just trying to get some dough. I ain't picking up my line unless it's money on the phone.
With all of this talking about, owning your audience and things like that, that's pretty much digital real estate, like you said. And another big thing that, we spoke about was you being into flipping domains also. And you basically use your knowledge of copywriting to help you in that field. Can you kind of break down what is flipping domains and how you're using copywriting to help you out?
Absolutely. So the gift about being a copywriter is that words are everywhere. So, I'm always going to be employed because I'm always going to be able to make money because words are everywhere. We need words. We use them all the time. So with that being said, domain flipping is very similar to flipping a house. Okay. Let's say you purchase a house, you purchase a house at an auction at a discounted rate, and you decide that you're going to resell it for maybe 10-20% more than what you purchased it for. Same thing with domain flipping. So, and I'll be honest, I'm a novice in this space. I'm just going to be very transparent. I am a novice, but I know enough to where I have made, a little good chunk of change. So back in February, I was having a conversation with my dear friend and mastermind partner, Shola Abidoy. Shout out to Shola. And I was telling her that in the past, I've worked with a funeral home, and funeral homes generate quite a bit of money. Like $5,000 contract for them is nothing because a funeral is going to run about 10, 20, thousand. So she said, well, why don't you purchase mortuarymarketing.com? And I was like, that's a good idea. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it was available. Cool. Bought the domain name, cost me about $22 because I added the little privacy protection, all that extra stuff. Well, about 2 months later, a gentleman reaches out to me. He visited my website because with domain owning, although I pay for privacy protection, all of that, you can see some information to know like what company owns this domain and stuff like that. So somehow he found me. He looked up the domain rather, and he found me because I installed a chat bot on my website, on my company's website. So he chatted in with the chat bot. So I went over to Messenger and I responded. He was like, hey, are you going to be using mortuarymarketing.com? And I was like, yeah, I intend to, but what's up? And he was like, I want to buy it. My father owns a mortuary. He's been in business for 20 years. And I would just like to know if it's for sale. And I'm like, I wasn't selling it, but what's up? So he was like, give me an offer. So me, I'm gonna go pretty, I'm trying to think through this. I'm like, okay, this gonna be my first little domain flipping, let me try to shoot for the stars. So I'm like, 5,000. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So he says, that's too high for me. The most I can do is 1,000. So I'm like, okay, not bad, but it ain't 5x either. So I'm trying to play tough. I'm like, okay, 5,000 is a little too low for me. Can we meet somewhere in the middle, maybe 25? And then he disappeared for like 2 weeks. No, he disappeared. So then I was mad because I'm like, dang, I spent $22. I was tripping. I was being greedy. Like I could have gotten a whole rack, like a whole band just for a $22 purchase. So I followed up with him. I'm like, are you still interested? I'm open to negotiating, keeping the negotiations going. So he finally responded. He said, listen, the most I can do is 1,100. I'm like, cool, let's do it. And so literally I ended up selling the domain. Again, I spent $22 back in February, March, and sold it in May for $1,100. So, I mean, it's real estate. You know what I'm saying? People sleep on this stuff. But it is real estate. This is digital real estate. And it's actually less liability than owning tangible property. Not that I have anything against real estate, owning land, homes, and things like that. But I'm just being honest. The entry point, the barrier to entry is a lot lower because it's inexpensive. And you can get very high returns on your investment. So it's a low risk, high return investment vehicle. So that's my little story on domain flipping. I haven't sold anything else since. That was, we're in 2020. So that was May 2020 when when I got the money from him. But I haven't sold anything since, but I have over 70 domain names. So because I'm a copywriter, I have the skill set of putting words together in a way that, you know, people, it's catchy, or, you know, I think about words from a totally different perspective than the common person, because I do this for a living. So a lot of my, like some of my domains are like faithbasedhelp.com, jobhunthelp.com. And recently I actually tapped into the crypto domain space, which is something that a lot of people aren't talking about. So in the same way cryptocurrencies have decentralized the banks, now you have the blockchain decentralizing the internet. So literally I went and bought up a whole portfolio of .crypto domains, and my domains are based on a central theme. So I have visit capetown.crypto, visit joburg.crypto. All of my domains are centered around African cities, because I believe that Africa is on the rise. It's going to blow, period. So go ahead. What you say, David? Go ahead, David.
Because I know why he said that.
Because literally just yesterday I was hearing about like how money is Africa is no longer on paper money. Like sub-Saharan Africa, they don't do paper money. They are using cell phones, and they basically texting money to each other. So that's just crazy that you just said that. Like, damn, that's smart. But please continue.
And look, I do want to tell the audience, the .crypto space is still wide open. It's like literally probably only not a few thousand. It's probably up to like 50,000 or so at the time of this recording, but it's wide open. That's why I was able to buy domains like visit Nairobi.com, .crypto rather, visit what was the other one I bought? Oh, visit Accra.crypto, right? That's why I was able to buy that. I even bought visit Chicago.crypto. And again, just like with the .com domains, you can sell these on the market. So I've actually had my .crypto domain sold on the market. So, you know, it's real estate. It's real estate.
And can I ask, how do you transfer the ownership of this? Like, how does that work?
Very good question. So inside of whatever system you use, whatever website you use to actually purchase your domain names, there's a way that you can actually get like that person's email address, and there's a whole process for it. It's pretty easy, honestly. You would be surprised. Like, it may sound kind of very difficult because it's all technical, but honestly, it's very easy. So I sold my .com domain through escrow.com. I opened up an escrow account, basically followed their little prompts. Again, it's very, very user-friendly, honestly. And within a matter of a week or two, I had the money. So, I mean, it was very straightforward. So whatever platform you use to purchase your domain names, and whatever platform you use to actually sell that domain name, honestly, they usually have a nice guide written out that teaches you how to go through that process. It's not intimidating at all.
I'm going on GoDaddy and find some domain names.
You should.
That .crypto, that's smart.
That's
like
another
that.
flip though. Education. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And I know the next thing you kind of already mentioned it was the affiliate blogs to tie into the owning the digital real estate. And I know one of the blogs that you're telling us you're partnered with is According to Hip Hop, correct?
Yes. Now, According to Hip Hop is not an affiliate blog though. But I am partnered with that brand. And so basically with According to Hip Hop, so that is like it's a media company. So we have close to like 1 million fans on Facebook, steadily increasing our YouTube and IG pages and things like that. But that's not one of my affiliate blogs. My affiliate blogs are theblackinvestor.com and grabthegun.com. And basically what an affiliate blog is it's built. So what I'm doing is I'm building an audience around these brands with the intention to sell. Again, just very much like tangible real estate. I go buy a home at the auction. I actually pour $20,000 into the home, and then I flip it for $60,000, right? So that's essentially what this is, what I'm doing with the affiliate blogs. You can get upwards to 10 times the value. So what I have to do is grow the audience around the blogs and then monetize that audience through the blogs. And you do that with affiliate sales. That's why it's called an affiliate blog. So I have affiliate partnerships with, of course, Andre Hatchett, owner of the Black Real Estate Notary Business School. I have affiliate partnerships with Dr. Harnett Bokrizian. She is an Africa business consultant. She owns the Africa Business Academy in Import Export Africa. I'm an affiliate partner with Discover Your Options. That's Jay and Jackie Johnson. So I have all of these affiliate partners I've brokered partnerships with, so that whenever someone comes to the website and they read content on theblackInvestor.com that they like, and they actually click on the link, the blog gets a percentage of the sale for that particular product or service.
Hey man, this all kind of flexes and all kind of ways just to really get a bag out here. And I'm glad that you're speaking to this, because a lot of people don't really look into that. And I'm pretty sure there's some college students who's really good at writing and they can really benefit from this. Or even if you're not in college, like anyone can benefit from this, just because, man, like it doesn't take much to get started with these things in the digital space. Like she was saying, it's a low barrier entry. Could you speak to like about, I was about to say, could you speak about like how much would it start to like just start up a blog?
So I would say your starting cost for a blog, first you have to, of course, buy the URL. URL is going to run you about, I would say $12 max, but that's $12 per year. So your URL is going to cost about $12. You need some hosting to host your website on. That may run you about, you can get hosting for about $150 a year. Then you have to pay for the content. Now, if you're not writing the content, see, I wrote most of the content on the Black Investor, but then I hired some journalism students at Clark Atlanta University to write content for the Black Investor. And then I hired a copywriter out of Nigeria to write content for grabthegun.com. So you need to, of course, factor in those expenses. So let's say that my bloggers are being paid about $50 per article, right? So you have to factor that in. I would say to start a blog, if you're not going to pay somebody else to write the copy for you or to write the content for you, you're looking at about probably like, I would say max $300 to start a blog. That's just to start the blog. Now, it's not enough to just start the blog. You have to actually drive traffic to it, right? That's the key. Now, that's where the bulk of your expenses are going to come from. I haven't gotten to that point with either one of my affiliate blogs yet, because like I mentioned, I have bloggers right now that are putting content on it. So I'm in the content phase. I'm going to build it up to like 30 pieces of content, and then I'm going to start running traffic to the blog. So the traffic is the most important part here. So the traffic can run you anywhere from, if you're running ads on Facebook, depending on your audience, that's another thing. It depends on your audience, because Facebook runs on an auction, just like Google ads run on an auction. So if your target audience is in high demand, then you can expect to pay more money. If your target audience isn't in high demand, then you can get a good bang for your buck. But I would say a good budget to start with for ads would be, I would say about $30 a day is a good budget to start with. Okay, so that's about $1,000 a month. Now, there are some ways that you can run free traffic to your blog, and that's through strategic partnerships. For example, you are my clients, right? I can come to you and say, hey guys, I'm running this, I'm doing this thing with the Black Investor. I just want to know, can I borrow your audience? Can I pay you essentially a fee to use your audience to drive traffic to my blog? That would be less expensive oftentimes than actually paying Facebook or someone else or some other platform to run traffic to your blog. Or you all may just look out for me on GP and say, yeah, we'll run a couple of emails, to put traffic towards your blog. So again, going back to that network piece, you probably have people in your network who have an audience. So that could be a low cost way to drive traffic to your blog. If you just go to your network and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you mind running traffic to my blog? And they may do it. Oftentimes I find within my network, people are very supportive. So when I come to them and I ask them, can I run traffic to this offer or this blog or whatever, they usually come through. So I would start with your network. If you're cash strapped, if you got a little money to spend, I would spend at least $30 a day on Facebook IG ads.
Good. I like that.
Hey, I like that. Yeah, she really went in.
I'm so happy you picked up on the part about like the affiliate websites and affiliate blogs though, because I really am a big fan of those because of like what you said as far as being able to like make good amounts of money for you making the content, and it's just that digital real estate. You only have to make it one time, especially when it's like it can be done creatively. The way that I first heard about affiliate websites was PC Part Picker, because I had a friend who was building a website and I didn't realize I went on there because it's just a tool. If you go on their website, it's just a tool that helps you match. If I'm getting this type of processor, let me make sure that I get this, other piece that'll fit with that whenever I'm building a laptop. But I didn't realize that, or building a computer, but I didn't realize that all of the Amazon links and different links on there, although PC Part Picker is a tool, all of those are affiliate links. So they're getting paid every time you're purchasing tools, but you need their website to figure out what tools you need to buy. So like, I just thought that was one of the smartest affiliate websites I had ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, it's not you again, and David, I think you brought this up a little earlier. It's about value, right? It's not enough for me to just have content on grabthegun.com or thebblackinvestor.com. I have to actually provide value with that. So with the blackinvestor.com, for example, the value that I'm bringing to the table is, listen, these are creative and innovative ways for you to make money. Listen, you need to look into Africa. Africa is growing. It's robust. Rwanda is calling itself the Singapore of Africa. You need to get in now while it's affordable, right? So I'm bringing value to the table. It's not me just running traffic to a blog post where they're not going to walk away learning new information. And that's why it's so important to make sure that the content on the blog is actually valuable. It's not enough to just have content on the blog, just to be having it there. You got to make sure that when people read that article, they need to be empowered. And then, of course, obviously, going back to that call to action, having a very clear call to action, driving them to actually convert into a paying customer.
The rule of one.
The rule of one, man, it's real.